NetsBoy, so let's hear what he has to say. His name is NetsBoy, he thinks the world is all over when the Nets just can't play.
What up, Net fans? NetsBoy here, bringing your latest in your Brooklyn Nets news. So it's been a little over a week since my last NetsBoy episode, and I mean, this Nets team can't get out of its own way. I mean, we touched upon this in the last episode. How these games coming up for the Nets were critical because they were all extremely winnable games. Yet they still managed to lose to the Grizzlies, still managed to lose to the Pistons, and still managed to lose to the Hornets. I mean, they've gone 2-3 the last 5 games against teams that they should have beaten. And I mean, they really could have easily have gone 5-0 if they just played okay. But as I said in that last Nets bite, I don't believe this Nets team can make the play-in. I don't believe it. And just look at this stretch of games. Everything that I talked about and what I was afraid of about why I don't think the Nets could make the play-in pretty much happened in these stretch of games. And we'll touch upon that in a second. But before we do that, got to take care of a little housekeeping. And that is Ben the Useless Simmons. So it's been announced that Ben Simmons will be shut down for the rest of the year. Surprise, freaking surprise. I don't even know what to say. This guy could go down in history as one of the biggest jokes of a basketball player in the history of the NBA. If you look up joke in the dictionary, you're going to see Ben Simmons' picture. If you're going to look up sucker in the dictionary, you're going to see Sean Marks and the Brooklyn Nets. Picture of that. And of course, this guy who never plays, always hurt, all this stuff, of course he'll be on the Nets, right? Like of course he's got to be on the Nets. Remember, that's the law of the basketball world. The Nets have to be a joke. So of course, one of the biggest joke players will be stuck on one of the biggest joke franchises, right? Jokes. I don't know what happened, okay? Remember they said before it, general leg soreness. Well, now it's his back again. The nerve in his back again is acting up, right? And on a serious note, I've said this before, this guy needs to retire. He clearly has a severe chronic back issue that is always going to be an issue. Back injuries don't go away, okay? Especially nerve injuries. They can only be maintained so long with physical therapy and pain injections and so on and so forth. Once you have that, you're almost stuck with it for life, especially if you want to play competitive basketball. So I really think Ben Simmons should just flat out retire. I really do. Because I don't know other option for him. He's not playing basketball again. And if he does, it's not going to be impactful. It'll be very short stints because there's no reason to believe that he will ever go back to when he was with the 76ers 3-4 years ago. There's no reason to believe that. I hope I'm wrong, but I strongly doubt it. And look, I don't know what the Nets are going to do next season. He still has one more year left of his contract. The Nets are going to be paying him $40 million. The only good thing is it's an expiring contract, so maybe some team will be willing to take him off their hands. But the Nets are probably going to have to attach like 4 or 5 draft picks and like someone's firstborn child to trade him, because that's what it would probably take for a team to even consider trading for Ben Simmons. It's just a joke. He's a joke. The Nets are a joke. It's all a joke. I just, not surprised, of course. It's just super frustrating. So, Ben Simmons, back impingement, nerve issue again, shut down for the rest of the year. And I'm telling you this right now. Telling you this right now. If Sean Marks goes into next season with a strategy that involves Ben the useless Simmons, he needs to go immediately. You cannot go into next year expecting Ben Simmons to play. And if the Nets do something stupid like that, if Sean Marks like, well, we got Ben Simmons, so we're gonna build a team around this guy. Ooh, if Sean and the Nets do that, I think I might end up having a stroke if that happens. Because I think, forget any NetsBoy rant I ever had. If somehow I hear them say, well, we plan on building a team around Ben, I'm going to lose it. At this point, he's just a sunk cost. Maybe you can find a way to flip him, but I doubt it. Because once again, at the end of the day, he's just a joke. Now, let's discuss the name of this episode. Cam is key. And when I say Cam, I mean Cam Thomas is key. Not Cam Johnson, who, surprise, surprise, is also injured right now with an ankle injury. If only someone could have predicted that. I mean, some things are so predictable and it's just comical. Like my last That's My episode, what did I say? Cam Johnson's looking really good, but the guy is injury prone. He's due for an injury, let alone ankle injury. And it always seems to be a lower body injury with Cam Johnson, an ankle or a hamstring or something along those lines. And I just knew it was going to happen. And sure enough, it happened almost instantaneously. And I guarantee you, like I said in the last episode, when Cam Johnson does come back, he ain't going to be close to what he was prior to the injury because shooters need their lower body. And if that's what's coming back after coming off a lower body injury, it's going to take time for him to get back in a rhythm. It's going to take time for him to get his jump shot back. So, surprise, surprise. So, he is not the key. Though I will say a healthy Cam Johnson is a major player and could really help this Nets team. To me, though, he is not the key to this Nets team's success. Cam Thomas is. Now, look, I'm very critical of Cam Thomas, right? I say it all the time. I still am going to be. But there's no doubt in my mind, and there's no doubt that Cam Thomas is clearly the most important player on the Nets right now. Without his scoring ability, this Nets team cannot score. Their offense is a joke. Mikal Bridges is just not that guy to be the main scoring option night in and night out. Something else I've been saying for a long time. He's good enough to be a complementary scorer or a third scoring option, but not the main guy. And I do not think it's a coincidence that, especially in that Cavs game, that when Cam Thomas was having a good offensive night, so was Mikal Bridges. Because now, with Cam playing the way he's played lately, it allows the defense, or allows the offense, and allows Mikal Bridges to play more off the ball as defenses focus more on Cam Thomas. It then takes the attention away from Mikal, and he can then take advantage of his opportunities, as we saw in that Cavs game. Heck, everyone else can take advantage too. Claxton, Schroeder, who's played really well, Dorian Finney-Smith. When you have a player who is a true scorer, like Cam Thomas, and that player plays within the offense, like Cam finally has been, it makes everything else easier for their teammates. And we've seen this with Cam Thomas. Now, that being said, We need to see more from Cam Thomas. I am still not sold on this guy. And it's going to be a long time before I am, okay? I will openly admit that he has played a hell lot better than what I saw in the beginning of the year. He's making smarter plays. He's passing the ball. He's not jacking up a bunch of dumb shots. He's not being a black hole. He's looking better out there. And I have to acknowledge that. And I do. But I still don't think this guy is anything more than a a high level bucket getter who can you know give you 41 night and carry you, but is not a true star. Like I still see him in a similar mold as those you know Lou Williams type players, right? Like the J.R. Smith type players, players like that. I still see that mold. That Jamal Crawford, I still see him as that. I think Jamal Crawford actually is the most acceptable and logical comparison in my mind. And when I use that comparison, I'm not saying they play the exact same way, but I mean just what they bring to the table, scoring and night in and night out. Like to me, that's who Cam Thomas is, and that is not meant to be a knock. All right, I think there's a lot of people out there who would agree Jamal Crawford, especially in his prime, was a key player for every team he was on, especially when he was with the Knicks. But I think we would also agree Jamal Crawford was not a superstar or a star player. So that's still what I feel like with Cam Thomas. Okay, I just want to get that out of the way. But with this Nets team, they need that offense. They need that scoring ability. They need that guy to say, hey, give me the ball. I'm going to get us a bucket. And I'm going to make the right play in the process. So Cam is key. He makes everything else easier for his teammates when he's on. When Cam is off, the Nets are going to struggle. And not only are they going to struggle because he's not scoring, they're going to struggle because he's going to continue to try and score. And if he's not making those shots, that's not good. And then he becomes more detrimental to the team. And that's another little knock I got with someone like Cam Thomas is if his shot's not falling, he still keeps trying to shoot tough shots to get his shot to fall. And next thing you know, he'll go like 2 for 18 or something stupid like that. But hey, you know the saying, shooters shoot, scorers score. But sometimes you got to acknowledge, okay, maybe I should try something else. But he's still young. But that's why Cam is key. The only way this Nets team is going to be successful the rest of the year, and when I use the term successful, by the way, I want to be clear. I mean they just look better. Because I still don't think they're making the play. Okay, I've said it before. They're still 3.5 games behind the Hawks with 18 games to go. I'm not sold on anything. To me, successful is a good stretch towards the end of the season. These last 18 games, like going like maybe 10-8 the last 18, right? And missing the play-in by like a game or two. To me, that would end this year on a high note. That would be a successful end to this disastrous season. So if the Nets want to be like that, Cam Thomas got to play the way he played in the Cavs game. And if he does, I think this Nets team could string a couple of good performances and wins together, but I still don't think it'll be enough. But you never know. So to me, it's all about Cam Thomas. Maybe Cam Johnson if he gets healthy. And the rest of the players continue to play at the high level. But I do think it all is just Cam Thomas at this point. And man, oh man, I never thought I would say that, but got to give the guy props. Just hope he can keep it going. But there you have it. Let me know what you guys think about everything. If you agree with me about Cam Thomas, that he is the key to this Nets team, that he has to continue to play at this high level, and if he does, they'll have marginal success. If you agree with me that Ben Simmons is the biggest joke in the NBA, and let me know what you guys think. I mean, next couple games for the Nets, why even bother? If you're going to lose to teams like the Pistons and the Hornets and the And the Grizzlies, like, why even go through the list of the next couple of games? Because the reality is, if they're able to win 1 or 2 games, it's lucky. Like, if they're able to win 1 or 2 games, it's all luck. Because I have no faith, still no faith. Whatever. Till the next NetsBoy. This is NetsBoy saying Ben Simmons is useless and Cam is key, and signing off.
When